Good afternoon, all. Now we will be discussing about the uh, multiple catch clause. So it is one of the topic and the exceptions. In the morning class, I have told you what is the exception and what are the types of exception and what use of try, catch, and all. So from now, you are going to understand the next two important concepts. One is nested try statement, try block within try, and multiple catch statements. So it is the advanced concepts of both try and catch. So try is a block which consists of a statement that contains an error. So catch is a block that throws the error on the output screen. So now we come for the concept multiple catch clause. So as you all know, in the exception means inside the main there will be one try that consists of code which causes error, and that will throw one exception, and that will be catched by immediate catch clause, that is after the immediate try. So now if you are having multiple catch clauses, so multiple catch means for one exception or one runtime error, there will be one catch clause. If your program is containing two or more exceptions, so that is more than one exception could be raised by the single piece of code. At that time, to handle this case, you have to make use of two or more catch clauses, each one catching a different type of exception. So when an exception is thrown, so who is going to throw the exception? The try block is going to throw the exception. At that time, a immediate catch statement will catch the particular thrown exception. So that will be understood. So after one catch statement executes, the others are bypassed and execution continues after the try catch block. So that we will discuss with this particular program. So here I have taken the class name as multicatch. So file name to execute this particular program, file name should also be multicatch.java. So inside that we contain a main, and we declare a variable, that is instance variable a. So that a is equal to rx.length. So any argument or any variables you have declared before this int a, so then this A will contain the number of variables. So if you are having the argument as A and B before this int A, so number of arguments are 2. So now that 2 can be stored in this particular A. So, but is there any variables there before this A? No, it is not there. So therefore, now our A will have the value 0. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಮುಂಚೆ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಲೆಂತ್, ಒನ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಲೆಂತ್ 1. ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ, now argument length is 3. So before this particular statement there is no argument length. So now we have the value a is equal to 0. Okay, so you are going to print a is equal to plus a. That means a is equal to 0 will be the output. So now you come for the concept b is equal to 42 by a. That means as you have the a value as 0, when you divide 42 with 0, you will be having a value, that value will be stored in b. But according to this is the code which executes the error. So ಈ statement in the error ಬರುತ್ತೆ. What is the error? You are going to divide a number with a 0. So that one will be stored in b. As it contains an error, the value of b is not generated anything. Understood? So this is one type of error. So here, what is the error? You are going to divide a number by 0. So that is a, what type it is? Exception. It is a arithmetic exception, because you are not supposed to divide a number with a 0. Okay, so first one is arithmetic exception. That is, for this exception you should have one catch statement. So that catch statement is catch of arithmetic exception. So after that, now you come for this particular thing. Int c is equal to l you have given. So any size is given there? No size is given. So now you are having a value l. So this value l is stored where? In c of 0. So you are having only one value, and that value will be stored in array. So array first initialization value is 0. So C of 0 will have the value L. So is there any value apart from C of 0? No, there are no values. C of 0 is the only value, but you are having C of 42 is equal to 99. So C of 42 is equal to 99. So what is this array? Is there any size given here? C of 10, C of 20, 30? No, that means it is a default array. It will take how many values? Only one value. So for that, you are now assigning a value C of 42 is equal to 99. So when you give C of 42 is equal to 99, so but here you are declaring a C is a array of only one. ಸೊ ಸೈಜ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ತಗೊಳೋದೆಷ್ಟು ಒಂದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಎಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿ ಆಫ್ 0. ಸೊ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿ ಆಫ್ 1, ಸಿ ಆಫ್ 2 ಅಪ್ ಟು n number. So nothing will be there, but you are assigning a value C of 42 is equal to 99. That means in C array at the 42nd location there should sit a value 99. 99 ಅನ್ನೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? C of 42 ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. So whether the C is an array which stores 42 values? No, it can store only one value. You are not supposed to place this value. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ನೀವು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಯುವರ್ ಅರೇ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ 0, 1, 2 ಆ ಥರ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು 50 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಎನ್ ಎರರ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಅಟ್ ಸಿ ಆಫ್ 0. So now you are giving C of 42. That means your array is out of bound. Out of bound ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತೆ, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್. Understood? So this one is the arithmetic exception, that is b is equal to 42 by a will cause arithmetic exception, and C of 42 is equal to 99 will cause array out of bound exception. Okay, how many exceptions total you are having? Two. So which is the first one created? It is the arithmetic exception. So you give it as catch of arithmetic exception key. So in that you are printing system.out.println divide by 0 plus e. So that means for this first exception you are giving the first catch statement. So catch of arithmetic exception e divided by 0. Okay, this for this try this catch is finished. So you are now having the another one. Where is the exception? C of 42 is equal to 99 is the another one. For that you have to take another catch statement, that is catch array index out of bound exception e. For that you are going to take one statement, array index OOB plus c. So here you are giving two catch statements. One for C of 42 is equal to 99 and other one is B is equal to 42 by A. So ಯಾವ್ದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಟ್ರೈ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್, ಸೊ now you finally print the value after the try and catch blocks. So and then you will close the main and the class. Okay, so here is the description of that. Will cause a division by error. ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 0 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. when you execute b is equal to 42 by a, it will print what? It will print divide by 0 colon arithmetic exception. So divide by 0 it is going to print. So it will will survive the division if you provide a command line argument. ಅಂದ್ರೆ a value 0 ಆಗದಲ್ಲೇ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಹೋಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಎನಿ ಟು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಯು ಅಸೈನ್ ದಟ್ ಟು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಎ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟ್ ಎ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಆರ್ಗ್ಸ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಲೆಂತ್ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು? ಏನಾದರೂ ಎರಡು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಆಗಿ ಆವಾಗ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್? ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು ಎ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. So if the value contains a other than 0, then there will be no arithmetic exception. Otherwise you will get the arithmetic exception. So again for this array index out of bound exception, it is array size of length 1. Yet the program attempts to assign a value to C of 42. Length ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿದು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದಿದ್ರು ನೀನು ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 42nd ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗೆ ನೀನು ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅದು ತಗೊಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಒನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್, ಅನದರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎರರ್ ಬರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಯಾವ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಟೈಪ್, that is data type with data type ಏನು arithmetic exception with E. So here the data type is array index out of bound with E and print that particular thing. So that means you will get the output as error. Error ಏನು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ ರನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಎರರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್. So when you run the output, first you run Java multicatch, so it will show A is equal to 0. Yeah, 0 when, because you are going to print the value of A here, so number of arguments is 0 because there is no variables given before this. So now it will show you the second one, A is equal to 0. After that, when you execute this one, B is equal to 42 by A. So it is similarly, it will throw an exception and that will be catched by arithmetic exception and it will print divide by 0. So divide by 0, when you give exception plus E, it will print like this. So ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 0 ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, understood. So after that, when you go for this one, test arguments. So when you give the test arguments, you will be getting, so test argument array index. What are all the things you have? Array ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಐತೆ? Now you have the argument count A is equal to 1. So say arguments ಎಷ್ಟಿದಾವೆ? 1 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಐತೆ. ಅವಾಗ C ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? You are getting it as a array index OOB, array index out of bound 42. So after that, you will execute the tried catch blocks. When you use multiple catch statement, it remember that exception subclasses must come before any of their superclasses. So ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು? ಅರೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೌಂಡ್, ಅರೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೌಂಡೇ ಬರಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ subclasses must come before any of their superclasses. So here you are having two classes. So first is array index. This are the arithmetic is a super, array is the first. Okay, so for that you are going to have like this. So now you run this particular program. So check what you are going to get. Okay, so first I will take the concept. So class name is super sub catch. Inside that you give it as a main function, and that try you give A is equal to 0, B is equal to 42, the same thing, catch, try exception, generic exception, catch. So this never reach because arithmetic exception is a subclass of exception. So it is a arithmetic exception. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು exception ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. You have to give the subclass. Superclass is exception, subclass is arithmetic exception, array out of bound exception. So many things are there. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್, ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಬರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? arithmetic exception, in array index out of bound exception. So all this will be coming. So for that, under the catch, you have to give the subclass exception. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎ ಅಂತ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದ ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ arithmetic exception E, not only exception E. Okay, so at that time it will, this catch will never reach because arithmetic exception is a subclass of exception. So you have to call it the subclass rather than superclass. So that's why we call it as catch of arithmetic exception E. Okay, so if you try to compile this program, you will receive an error message stating that second catch statement is unreachable because the exception is already been caught. So next is arithmetic exception is a subclass. So first catch will handle all the exception based including arithmetic. That means second will never execute to fix the reverse the order of the catch statement. So first you have to reverse. So ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು ಈ exception catch of exception ಈ ಬದಲು you give it as catch of arithmetic exception and like this. Okay, that will print the particular thing. So now you come for the next topic, that is nested try statements. Okay, so when you come for the nested try, so one advanced concept related to try and another advanced concept related to catch. So advanced concept related to catch is multiple catch statement. Advanced topic of try is nested try statement. So keep in your mind this class what I am teaching in this class, it's a very important concepts of the class. Okay, so now you come for the concept nested try statements. So till now in the previous we have gone with one try, one catch, one try, two catches, that is multiple catch. Now you come for the concept multiple try statements. So multiple a try can be inside the block of another try is called as a nested try statement. Each time a try statement is entered, the context of that is pushed onto the stack. If now you come across two tries. A try can be inside another try, so it is similar to nested if. So there you will have inner if statement, outer if statement. Here also you will be having inner try statement and outer try. So if the inner try statement does not have a catch for a particular, the stack is unwound and the next try statement catch are inspected for the match. So this continues until one of the catch statements succeeds or until all the nested try are exhausted. If no catch statement matches, Java runtime will handle the exception. So now you come for this particular example. So next try inside. So how many tries you should have? Two tries. So first try I will call the previous program same thing, but some changes will be there. Okay. So first I will call it as a equals rx.length. So any arguments are there previously called before this try, no arguments. So a is equal to 0. So for that, now you are having b is equal to 42 by a. That means you will be having what? It is a runtime exception divided by 0 because any variables are given for the a. No arguments, no variables are there. So a rx.length will have a value 0. So that will be stored in variable a. So now when you run b is equal to 42 by 0, you will create a what? Runtime error. So now you have to, this is one particular, now you are printing what is a here. Okay, so this is first try. So it is outer try. Now you come for the nested try. Inside the try, you have not closed this particular outer try. Now you come across inner try. So if one command line is used, then divide by 0 exception will be generated. That means if any variables are there now, yeah, variable b is there. So b will have create an error. So now if a double equals 1, so when you perform this statement, so a is equal to a by a minus a, that will give you the value 0. Okay, so that will give you, it generate divide by 0. So similarly, if a double equals 2, so this is for array index out of bound. Now we take c is equal to 1. So it is similar to what? It creates an array named C with only one value, that is L. Then we allot the 42nd index of the array variable C with a 99. So that will call another exception. What is the exception? That is, the exception is array index out of bound. So outer try, inner try. So which is, so after the try, now you come for the catch. So which catch should be produced? Either the outer try or inner try. So as you are inside the inner try, first you have to give the catch for the inner try only. So what is the inner try statement? It is array index out of bound as you are assigning a value 99 to C of 42. So for that I will be calling after the inner try close. Now I give the catch statement of array index out of bound. So now and print the value, that is system.out array index with the exception E. So now you close that particular catch of inner catch and inner try. After that, before closing the outer try, you give the catch statement for the outer try, that is catch of arithmetic exception E with divided by 0. That means, so this is outer try catch statement. So after that you close this particular thing. So now you come for the execution part. So when you execute with no command, a divide, a contains 0. When you divide a with a 42, you have a value error, that is runtime exception divided by 0. So execution of program with one command line generates a divide by 0 exception from within nested try. Since the inner block do not match, it is passed on to outer try where it is handled. If you execute, first you will get Java try divided by 0, Java nest try 1. That means number of arguments is 1. You will be getting what? Number of arguments divided by 0. So next to 2. So how many are there? Array index out of bound. So it will show you array index out of bound as a output. So understood. So just go on through this particular program. So first try, inside try, inner try, you give one catch statement. So close the inner try after the catch. So for outer try, you give catch statement. So the type of exception should match. So outer tray is arithmetic, inner tray is array out of bound. So first catch should be array out of bound and outer tray should be then be given arithmetic exception. So that is after that. So nesting of a try statement can occur in less obvious. So here we can consider only two tries and two catch. So inside that you can write n number of try statements followed with n number of catch statements. Okay, so inside one try you can have two catch statements by using multiple catch statements also. Okay, so this completes this particular concept, that is nested try concept. Okay, so kindly go through the programs carefully, understand the programs. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So keep in your mind, it's a very, very important concept from the exam point of view. All the programs need to be written and execute and see the output, what you will get. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask me. So I will be stopping this particular session here. So I will be recording and I will be posting. So remaining and all I will be considering in the tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you.